Good morning. Haven't posted a video for some time. I just wanted to share with you guys. Uh, I'm operating off of a 14-inch MacBook Pro M1 with 512 gigabytes of memory, hard drive, and then I've bought a Samsung 1 terabyte, so I've got 1.5 terabytes of memory there, and a Thunderbolt 4 QGM, which I run the docking station. I dock all my items and a keyboard, and I'm running off of a trading platform, whichever one is pretty standard that trades. And I'm sharing my positions today. Got some Avgo broadband just coming on, 300 shares of that. NVIDIA, I've got 2200, which I'm hoping will go back and bounce up after last week's disaster, so I'm hedging on that one. And I've also got Tesla, 800 shares of that, which is doing really well right at the moment. It's at $5,680 US, and the Avco or broadband is at 450. So right now I'm trading at $5,700 profit, but I'd like to bring that back up quite a bit. So you can see my account. And where we sales start, let's go have a look at Tesla. So I've got a position in Tesla, as you can see, and I've also added a trading bot indicator. I'm generally running on a 20 and 50 or 20 and 100-day moving average EMA, but I picked up the chatbot gpt40, and I'm running trade signals and a exponential moving average of 5 and 9. So, and it's not trading for me, but it's putting out signals, buy and sell signals. I just added the other day, I created the bot with Pine Editor. So, and I'm just strategy testing it right now to see how it'll be. I start my day pretty early, 4:30 Pacific time, which is not early for the Eastern Coast. And I go through and look at the prices and what the thought is in the marketplace, pre-market, with a lot of the key traders that I follow and look up to, and they've developed these true and tried strategies that work. So just show you just offhand, this one here, Tesla, you can see that's from Friday's high. There, I've got it marked out there, and that's a key indicator of strength and a resistance level 420. So you can see I didn't trade. I didn't just out of this trade signal the other day, but it did pop up already on Wednesday, yesterday. So it's a sell. So there was a sell position at 9 a.m. Vancouver time. So, and that price at that time was at 382, and you can see that I have the lines lined up, that trading zone for pressure. So, and I've got a big I had a buy signal in for that, and I should have shorted it, but I didn't. So you can see it's dipped below. The white line is there. It's 5-day moving average, and the yellow is 20. So it's trading currently below the 5 and 20. So if we get a dip here to jump back up to 343 or 334 or something, I'm going to jump in here. So that'll get us a bounce back up, because I missed a downward short. I was trading in crypto, and I wasn't able to get into a market position to short the ups and downs. So every day the tide goes up and down on the coast here. As a mariner, you guys would all reflect on that. So as the market goes too, it's pretty much similar, but it has more tidal movements and sense. That's all. So you're up and down, up and down. So you have your daily highs and lows, and your swing high and lows, and then it's consolidating here. So then we hit that high on Friday after the drop from the marketplace way up here. Well, that was when that deep seek shorted the market that day. It was quite a big chunk. So it's been slowly a gradual. You'd see the bears and the whale, or the bears and the whales are out selling right now because they buy on the market when it goes down. So they don't just wait for it to bottom out to peak lows. They buy low and they sell high on the cycle, and then when it goes below the average, they start selling puts on it to short it to make money going down. So that's the advantage of day trading on options. And we're in a digital market right now, so the result of that is that the government in America has just changed, and they've gone from a left liberal from a moderate to extreme government to a right government, which is pro-business, and they are getting rid and kicking rid of to the curb a lot of stuff that was started, which was extreme propaganda, which came out of over time out of the Paris Accord. And what that was is they developed in this past administration was DEI, this diversity, equity, inclusion. So it wasn't a merit-based system. So a few squeaky wheels got money, and it was all in a facade of reallocating the wealth from the wealthy to the poor, and the poor would be redistributed. But that never happened. What happened was the middle and lower income to real low income class were extremely put under hardship with inflation and price gouging, and as a result, it didn't work. Only a few squeaky wheels that spoke up got diversity, equity, inclusion jobs. A good example of that could be the former fire chief or the current fire chief in LA during the California fires. So, and diversity, equity, inclusion included the LGBT community, minorities, etc. And it was to allow them access to enjoying the wealth and freedoms that the government of that day would provide to the citizens of those particular sections. I'm not saying I'm against any of them, I'm just stating the facts, what they did, the government did. So now this guy is throwing out DEI, they've thrown out immigration is the other big problem. And then there's trade wars going on right now with USA, Canada, and Mexico, also China. And Europe struggling with major resource allocation of fuels for their winter fuel because of the war in Russia, and that is nowhere near ending yet, not to mention the Middle East conflict. So with that said, America's playing hardball under their new administration, and China threatened retaliation already a few days ago. America threatened to take back the major canal down in Panama, which they built and funded, and on the basis of that, China was now controlling that canal, and it was never intended to be for China. So he's threatened to take it back, and that's caused a trade war and a tiff with China, not a little one, but a big one. So China subsequently pulled all their over $1 trillion of bond holdings in the dollar in the marketplace last week, and threatened to put Trump in a basic position of hardship for accessing capital to fund all the economic visions that they have for the future. So they've been pushing the digital stuff now for some time. So the other government was pushing it also, but just more low-key. They were the only ones that were really benefiting from what was going on. Sometimes you have to take a long look, step back, and take the long scene and have a really long, hard look at what's going on. So we are going to be going in and transitioning into the digital, I guess, era. The fourth turning is what some historical writers have called it, and what it means is that the economic reset has happened. There's been a major reset, and the dollar will be eliminated at some point in time, and people that can trade and will trade, it's not too late to start and to learn. You have to grab on and try to function and learn. Keep your mind focused on what they're trying to do and don't be a follower. Get in while you can, and under this administration, they're normally the early bird gets the worm. So in that fishing term, you get the biggest king salmon if you're out there early enough, and you have a better chance than anybody else to accessing the bounty of the ocean. In this case, it's the marketplace. So at some point in time, we're going to see how well this functions, because its DEI is gone now. It's a merit-based system, performance-based, quality assurance audits in place to monitor and control your performance. And there are tools out there that can be utilized, just like I'm utilizing these tools now. I've introduced gpt40 trading bot into my trading, and as you can see, I'm probably it's just about crossing over now to a buy signal. But if this 5-day moving average goes down anymore, we'll have to wait for 380. I'm waiting for the 380 confirmation candles to show up here. I need 2 back-to-back candles on the 5-minute trading to pop above this to see it pop. So I don't expect it to go all day. Mind you, there's trading news and major markets, and the only marketplaces I'm in right now are the NASDAQ and a few stocks. It's Fortune 500 companies. So on your day trading and your hour and interval, I don't trade every day, but I trade some days when the market allows. So it's not a very tough thing to do if you learn and inform yourself by grabbing all the tools. There's online courses to learn this new stuff. Your brain wasn't frozen in a time warp. You need to grab on and learn and feed your mind, and don't vegetate away, and be positive in whatever you're doing in life here, and take on challenges as they present themselves. The resource error is now gone. In Canada, here where I live, in BC, the leader has announced that he's going to reduce all the fuels, oil and gas production by 33%, which is going to create demand and shortages, price hiking, and he needs to do that because he's also increasing taxes April 1st by 33%. That's on the fuels. So there's a carbon taxes basically that came out of the Paris Accord formula that was to integrate everyone into this new green dream stream of reallocation of wealth and resources. But what we're seeing now hasn't happened. And especially in Canada, there's been a lot of concern over the allocation of money and wastage of money, and there has been, and nobody's been able to audit it because this guy is beyond reproach that's running the country. So we're really hoping he can get out of there, and Canada can be given a second wind to re-energize itself and catch up. We're in huge debt. He's threatened USA to pull all oil and gas, turn off the hydro down there because of his pride and ego. And he's a megalomaniac, egomaniac. He's also agreed to go and do trade oil and gas with China, which has always been controversial on the left side. They don't agree to that, so that seems to be posturing. But I don't doubt that it's not posturing, because a lot of controversy and news-related articles have come up over the last 9 years about China's interference in Canadian politics, and the fact that their major drug cartel, Canada's become a major washing machine launderer of fentanyl drug money, which is where that allegation came out of the administration of the USA. And they want the borders closed and sealed, and they don't want fentanyl killing their kids and youth, the brain trust of the future. As do a lot of Canadians, but we seem to be powerless right now in removing this guy. Even though he's resigned, there's a big charade going on. So what'll happen is, we don't know. It's hard to say what'll play out here. But thank God we can still trade in American dollars. So the Canadian debt is crazy under this leadership regime. It's just insane. He's basically turning us into a third world slum. Taxation and taxing the poor, extreme taxation on the poor and moderate income, which is leaving nothing left. And the only few that are prospering are those that have bought into the agenda of the top echelon of the leftist, socialist, commie, extremist regime. So with that, I can't say much more. I just got to stay optimistic here and on a bright note, you know. This one here is Palantir. You could see that chart. That's a major BlackRock tool. If you don't know about BlackRock, inform yourself. And it was trading around $70 just not too long ago. Before that, I think it was a year ago when I first became informed of it, it was down around 30. Yeah. But anyways, so this one's going to go ballistic. It's they've got over $5 trillion capital backing them. It's a tech company that invests in tech and biodiversity. It's an economic power engine right now, which will be in the trade cycle for a long time. So let's see the, oh my God, yeah. I'm waiting for it to retest, come back down to the 106, and I'll buy again, unless it pops up from here to 118. Yeah, I'm expecting it might go, I don't know if you can see my cursor, it might go up from there on this testing line, or it could come back, bounce down and retest some of the resistance levels. I've got a 106, 104 in my stream there, and that range is where I want you guys to stay and just observe. But it could come back down or even go to 110, 100 and retest that. So I'm waiting for that to come down to those levels. Sorry for this. Where's my cursor? To come down to retest, and I'll buy position for the next run up, and then short from there if it doesn't achieve coming over the line or beating the price and the resistance line, I'll buy another put call on it coming down to retest and just play it up and down like the tide. But as you can see, it's got some really dynamic action in it right now because of the energy in that marketplace. You can see how much it literally jumped. This one jumped right after the short trading by DeepSeek last week. So it was the American counter to the Chinese DeepSeek trading bot. So we're going into a trading era of AI and digital. So you need to get more informed and search out what's going on around you and behind the scenes, which is really what's going on, and the indicator of where we're going as a society of people in the world. And every Western state that's bought on to the Paris Accord are going down that state at various levels. So Canada seems to be fast-tracking its position right now. So I don't know if we can expect too much change until next year here, because this guy's he could call an election because he's a minority governor for 9 years, holds a record. He could hold out till the fall, I guess. So if he holds out till the fall, we're going to see a lot more damage done in the country in terms of how and what we see as the economic indicators. You have displacement of people, homeless, and you haven't even seen the marketplace yet correct itself. Interest rates are going to be forced on the community. Economic Community Bank of Canada is going to have to raise the interest rates in order to accommodate and draw in and attract dollar bonds from across the world. So I expect 6-7.5% plus prime. It's going to force a lot of people out of their mortgages and homes. So there's going to be a severe economic, I'd say, depression on the pathway that we are on with this government right now. And the people that are already poor and middle and moderate income are suffering already, as they are. They're going to suffer even more. And also, not to mention the created food shortages. They're calling chickens now. So your chicken and egg thing, and we've known about this for some time now. In March, there should be almost a scarcity level to cause prices to spike violently, and eventually that'll be out of our market place as a consumer item. And why they want that, and this is what I think and believe, it's my opinion, is that there was already a number of economic studies for protein done over the decades, and what the average human being would require in order to survive was a 3-egg daily intake was the protein that would sustain and allow a human being to survive. So if the agenda is really what I think it is and what I've been seeing and reading from those in the know and the pros and cons, they don't actually want us to have protein. They don't want us to have a viable life. They don't care about the middle class. So, and that's what this Western liberal socialist commie government is doing. They're pushing bugs on people. And you can go back and even look in Canada in the news. Some of our own scientists have said the disdain for humanity is just, they deplore humanity, and they said we should be just eating bugs. And that came out of the Western Economic Forum about 4 years ago also. So they've never left and wandered from that Paris Accord agenda outline that they've got outlined for humanity. And it's not a good one. Take care, enjoy, stay aware, open your eyes, and be awake, not woke. And learn what's going on around you. Study and pay attention. Keep your brain active. Have a good day and be healthy.